Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an affordable Valentine's Day look since Valentine's Day is coming up. So if you guys want to see the look that I create, just keep on watching. So first off, I'm going to be priming my eyelids with just this Maybelline concealer. It's the Maybelline Fitme. So I'm just going to put this on my eyelids and I'm just going to use it as a primer. I already did my eyebrows off camera, so yeah, they're already filled in. So I'm just going to take this concealer to cancel out any pigmentation that I may have on my eye. And I'm just going to use a brush and just blend this all out. So this is kind of just going to be like a quick Valentine's Day look. I know that there's a lot of people who do like a long glam, but I just want to make this kind of quick and if we're on the go. So this is kind of like this video. It's more of a quick look. I'm going to take this little eyeshadow. It's from Wet n Wild. It's in the color Creme Bulee. So I'm just going to take a brush and just dust this all over where I put that concealer. Just to set it. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows from the drugstore because I just love the pigmentation that it gives. And I feel like a lot of palettes like really miss colors like this. So this just helps smooth out all the concealer that we put on so that when we put in the transition shade, there's no like tackiness. So I just put on these little ears so that my hair doesn't get into my face. These actually I got from H&M. I'm just going to go in with this Wet n Wild palette. This is called Roses in the Air. So I'm just going to take this transition shade right over here and I'm just going to start dusting that in my crease. So I'm just going to continue building that shadow up. So I'm just going to be going back into the palette and just adding more of that eyeshadow. Now with a little bit more of a denser brush, I'm going to take this brown transition shade right over here and I'm just going to keep dusting that into the crease. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this other eye. And I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more of that brown shade because I really want to just darken out the look a little. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye as well. This darker shade over here, with a little bit more of a denser brush because this is a darker color, so I just want to make sure I put it in precisely on the outer V of the eye. So I'm just going to take a little bit and just dab out the excess. So I'm just going to start by patting it into the outer eye and slowly going to be working it into the crease. And I'm just going to use the same brush that we started off in the beginning and I'm just going to blend everything out. Again, I'm just gonna blend everything out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this purpley shade right over here. This purple shade right over here, and I'm just gonna start putting that on the center of my eyelid. So I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. brush. So I am kind of going for like a more mauve purplish, a mauve purpley look. So and I'm just gonna try to keep on adding that color just to intensify it a little more. And again, I'm just gonna go back in with this brush and just make everything is blended out and there's no harsh edges. Guys, I'm just gonna leave it like that, and now I'm just gonna go onto my face. So I'm gonna begin by priming. I already put on my moisturizer, and I'm gonna begin by priming my face with this Photofocus FacePrimer Dewy Luminex. So this is gonna give your face kind of more of a dewy look. It's actually the first time I'm using it, so I'm just gonna apply this to my face a little. Oh, it's very glowy. We kind of do want that, since it is Valentine's Day, we want that kind of a glow. So let's see how it is applied. So now I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and this is not my perfect shade right now, so I'm just gonna blend it in with this color. I'm just gonna blend these two together to try to get my shade, because this shade is actually a little dark for me right now. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of it, and then the rest I'm gonna add with the other foundation. You kind of could still see that it's not my color, but once I add the concealer, it'll look better. So now I'm just gonna set that under eye concealer. I'm gonna take a little bit of this e.l.f. under eye setting powder. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. I really like this stuff. It's really affordable and it's really good. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on this Real Techniques brush, and I'm just gonna start putting it under my eye. This powder really does set the under eye really well. And just to set my face a little more, I'm gonna take this Maybelline Fitme powder. I'm just gonna take a little bit on this big brush, and I'm just gonna dust it all over my face, just to kind of set down that foundation that I put on. This doesn't really give you a lot more coverage. It does give you something, but not too much where it's gonna look cakey. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that just to mattify the face a little more. Now I'm gonna be going in with bronzer. I recently picked up this new bronzer also from Wet n Wild. It's in the shade Ticket to Brazil. So I'm just gonna be using this bronzer. Take it on this big fluffy brush from e.l.f. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and just start bronzing up my cheeks. I'm just gonna go in with one of my favorite blushes ever. It's from Burts. This is in the shade Bare Peach. And now for highlight, I'm gonna be taking this Wet n Wild highlight in the shade. It's the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighting powder. It's in the shade Precious Petals. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that with this brush, and I'm just gonna start putting that on the high points of my face. Now I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my eyes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line bottom part of my eye very close to my eyelashes, because I am gonna put on falsies I don't really wear falsies, but I picked up these ones that I really like and they look really natural, so I'm just gonna be putting those on. So I'm gonna use this gel eyeliner. So I'm just gonna be putting on these eyelashes. They're from the brand Kiss, and they're in the shade Little Black Dress. So I am gonna put these on off camera because I suck at putting them on. And yeah, so I'll be back once I have them on. Finally back, I put them on. I had a very difficult time. If you guys have any tips on how to make it easier, the application, you guys can comment down below and let me know, because I honestly have a really hard time putting them on. I'm just gonna finish up the bottom part of mine. I also don't really like to put too much because I do have contacts, so my eyes are very sensitive. So I don't like to put too much because during the day the eyeshadow ends up getting into my eye. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this transition shade over here, and basically I'm just gonna use all of the shades a little bit on the bottom of my eye. And now just to finish off, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this gold shade that's in the palette, and I'm just gonna put that in the inner part of my eye. Last but not least, I'm gonna put on my lip color. I'm gonna put on this lipstick from Kat Von D. It's in the shade Cathedral. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on. Just to top that off, I'm gonna put a little bit of Dose of Colors lip gloss, the shade Over the Top. It has a bit of a gold sparkle, so I kind of like that. It'll complement a little bit the eyes, and it's just a nice gloss. So I'm just gonna put this. So last but not least, I'm gonna put a little bit of this Morphe spray just so that I ensure that this makeup is gonna last, and just so that I can blend everything together. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit of this and just gonna let that dry. I really hope you guys enjoyed this soft Valentine's Day look. Make sure you guys comment down below any other video ideas you guys would like to see in the future. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.